Okay guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, this is another one of those videos of creatures coming to ARK 2 which haven't been confirmed, but we pretty much know is going to be in the game. Now I cannot 100% confirm that the Spino is going to be in ARK 2, but I think we all kind of know that it's going to be. All of the best top tier ones are going to be in the second game, but I thought this was a really cool thing to show you about ARK 2, and Craig Brown never confirms everything. He's someone that works at Wildcard, can never say 100% confirmation until he is allowed to, but he does love his if types of replies, which I always love to see because, it gives us a little cool idea of some of the things that we could be expecting with the ARK 2 dinos. So the last video was on the spider, and today we are talking about the Spino. I also want you guys to let me know what you think would be really cool to see of the Spino in ARK 2, some of the things that you think would be great about it, and I hope you guys do enjoy this video. As always, if you do, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get in with the video. Now, these little things that I just pick up very randomly, and I just think it would be quite a cool video to talk about and have a little discussion. So this person said, "Hey Craig, now that it is known that the Spinosaurus was a wader and not a swimmer, if it goes in for ARK 2, will they change its design again? I remember Wildcard mentioned that they're always on the lookout for fossil news, at least a hint." Now, Craig did reply saying, "I wouldn't agree that it is known, but our understanding is constantly evolving. It may have been a wader, it may have done underwater walking like hippos, or it may have swum. That said, I'm still not allowed to talk about what will/won't be in ARK 2. So I think we all know the Spino in ARK 1 is pretty cool, and a lot of people have said for years that they'd love to see the Spino in its actual form of stuff that is known about it, because no one knows. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a Spino in real life. But yeah, there's always going to be stuff that's talked about, debated, some things that can be 100% fact, some things that can't. And I actually really agree with this. I feel like it would be cool to have kind of a revamped Spino. I do love the one that's in ARK 1. It's always been one of my favorite creatures, but I do feel like a complete different change to this dino would be great. And I feel like Wildcard have kind of started to do that already with some of the new creatures that have been announced so far for ARK 2. And yeah, so basically I want you guys to just throw some things in about what you believe the Spino should be in ARK 2. Like, would you like it to be similar as the one that is in the first game, or do you think it deserves to actually have what it was said, what is known by like scientists and stuff, and could it be good to have a whole redesign? Now, I feel like we are going to see a whole new variety of, dino versions in ARK 2. We've seen what the Raptors look like. We've seen what the Rex looks like. And there's so many different looks to them. Of course, the things like the Stego and the Brachiosaurus. I know Brachiosaurus wasn't in ARK 1, but they've kind of always had their main design that everyone knows, if that makes sense, whereas the Spino could have multiple different designs. There's so many different theories out there, and I really believe we could see a crazy scary Spino in the release of ARK 2. Now, I know it's not confirmed and Craig can't say that it's coming, but I think we all know that the Spino will be in the second game. There's quite a few that I don't want to arrive in ARK 2, which is what I've mentioned many times, Microraptor. But yeah, that's pretty much there's a lot that I don't want to come to the game, but some of the big ones that we're going to be expecting to come to the game. So I'm going to be reading all of your comments. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think, some of the ideas of how the Spino should be in the second game as we get closer to the roadmap, which is what I'm so looking forward to. I can't stop but mention it in every video because generally it is one of the things that I've said Wildcard should have done years ago, and it's just the fact that we're going to know what's going on with every single bit of, you know, ARK, like the whole franchise. It's not just the fact that we are only going to find out an ARK 2 release date. I mean, they probably won't give us the release date. If they do, that would be great. But that's what whole roadmap's about, isn't it? They give us a kind of a understanding about when something's going to be released. So I'm hoping that not only are we going to learn more about ARK 2, but it's going to be the whole franchise. So that's why I'm talking about it in every part of the video, because I'm just so excited to hear more. So I can't wait to read the comments, and thank you for watching, guys. What I'm going to be leaving with you now is a little video I put together a couple of days ago, which is the full list of the confirmed dinos coming to ARK 2, just in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, let me know what you think about the Spino. Have a great weekend, everyone. Drop a like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Now today I have got the updated ARK 2 dino list for you guys of everything that we know so far, which is coming to the second game. Now I am getting more and more excited, and I think recently a lot more, because Wildcard said that we're going to be getting a roadmap next month, which is, well, in March, which is going to give us like everything from the franchise, where we are and stuff, and I'm hoping that's going to give us some form of release dates for stuff, because, you know, it's been the ongoing thing for a while. What is ARK 2's release date? But I thought this would be a good video to keep you guys, when Wildcard like sort of update loads of new ones, I like to put it into one big video building up to the second game. So I hope it does help you out. As always, if it does, make sure to smash that like button. Supports the channel as always. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's get on with the video. So as you guys can see on the screen, this is the most recent announcement in the last video that I did. We got the Carnotaurus. Now, I did say Carnosaurus, and I've called it a Carnosaurus for years, and I don't know why. Ever since a kid, I've always called it a Carnosaurus. I know it's Carnotaurus, right? I don't even know if I pronounced that right, but yeah, as a kid, you know, and things just stick with you. That's pretty much what this has done. So I have to change my ways now. Like years and years later, like 10 years later, I'll finally get used to that. So this is the new Carno. This is the concept. Some of them we've got like actual the in-game trailer type thing. But for a lot of the other ones, it's just the concept art. But also, one thing I did mention in my last video was, is this a Microraptor? Because I've actually said I think this is a Microraptor announced, but I think I'm wrong, because a lot of people did actually say to me, Dom, this is the raptor that we saw in the first trailer. This isn't a Microraptor. This is just how big the Carno is going to be to the other raptor so far. So I'll leave this up to debate to you guys. It does look a lot of people say it's like a Utahraptor as well or something, and that's going to be the one that's in ARK 2. So, and when I kind of look at it a bit closer in like full screen like this, I see what you guys mean. I think you are right. We are going to look at the raptor a little bit later on, and then we can go back to this and compare. But the Carno has been announced for the game, and it looks really cool. Now next up we have the Stego. Now the Stego was announced a couple of weeks ago. By the looks of things, Wildcard have been doing these dino concepts for ARK 2 like every 4 weeks. Well, that's what the first one was. We got this concept, and then they said they're going to be doing it like on a kind of week by week basis type thing, or like every 2 weeks. But by the looks of things, it's actually like every 4 weeks. But we'll know the roadmap by the next time, which for me, I think it's just the biggest thing than everything. I just want to know what's going on, and it's not just the ARK 2 roadmap, it's the entire franchise. And I do feel like as a community, it's going to be great for us to see what the plan is, just so you know what's coming up, you know, rather than being left in the sort of, you know, just not knowing what's going on. But this was the Stego. Looks, you know, pretty cool. Standard Stego. Didn't think this was gonna look, I mean, I'm just looking forward to what they're gonna look like in game. I feel like when you see concept art like these, they look really cool, they're exciting, but it's nothing than seeing like an in-game like trailer or something, is it, or some gameplay. And that's what we're meant to be seeing sometime soon, Wildcard. Where is the gameplay? But then, yep. This is a one which, for me, I was really glad that a lot of you guys said you remember from years and years. I said the Brachiosaurus was in the first ARK 1 trailer, literally since 2020, the end of 2020 when we first got it. I said that is a Brachiosaurus. It is now 2023, and we finally found out. If you guys would have told me someone could see into the future in 2020 and see I wasn't going to get an announcement whether it was a Bronto or a Brachiosaurus not 3 years later, but 2.5 years years later, I would not have believed. Well, would I have believed you? Yeah, I would have actually. This is how long things take in the art community. But I was really glad to see these announced. I feel like having a Brachiosaurus in ARK, you can't go wrong, can you? We all have love for the Brontos, but seeing an updated, really awesome Brachiosaurus, like in a lot of the films like Jurassic World and stuff, is going to be great to see it in ARK. Now, the fourth one was the kind of first concept we saw in a long time. This was back in November, where Wildcard said gameplay is coming up next in November. It is now February, like late, coming up to late February 2023. But the Ankylosaurus concept, so this is another dino confirmed for ARK 2. So it's good to see we're getting a lot of the standard old school dinos coming back, you know, like from the beginning of the first game. It's going to be primitive. That's what we've always been told. And yeah, good to see this returning. And then we just went for it. You know, this is a full roundup. We've all seen this. Millions of people have seen this. The trailer's got like 5 million views on YouTube. It is the old-fashioned Rex. You know, I actually think it's probably reached to millions, even more millions than I even said. That was just this trailer. And I think everyone knows the Rex is always going to be starring. You probably could have said that without even an announcement before in the past. And yeah, so that is the Rex. Now, you can also see some flyers in the background that look like Pteranodons. They are another one that we will talk about later that are going to be coming to the game. Pteranodons have already been announced too. So obviously the Rex is going to be awesome. And if you haven't seen my like ARK 2 leaked armor sort of video, there's going to be different types of armors that you can put on your Rex, and it looks amazing. And then this is where I think I have to say, I think you guys are right. When you look at this, obviously we found out raptors were returning, and they're a new and improved version of the raptor. And I think when you actually do look at this raptor again, and you see that it's got the feathers, like, you know, he said with the Utahraptors and stuff, you see the arms, you know, and you compare it, and then we go all the way back to the Carno. I think you guys are right. A lot of people, I was so adamant it was a Microraptor, and I wasn't changing my mind. And then when I came around to do this video and you really look into it, then I do think that is the exact same as this raptor, right? Yeah, I'm sure it is. But I hope that means that Microraptors aren't coming back. You guys know I didn't even give the Microraptor a single bit of love. I said I don't want it in the second game. I do not want Troodons in the second game. I'm not just saying I want the game to be easy. You will want the game to be hard. But I just can't stand Microraptors. That's just my place. But yeah, and then so there's Raptors, and then we got the Dodo. You saw it in the trailer, guys. Dodo's got a return, hasn't it? And as you can see, it's it's holding onto from the trailer Survivor's arm, or bones, with the implant on it there, which was really cool from the trailer. And then how could I nearly forget the chameleon? So a lot of people have actually forgotten about this one over time. So the chameleon was the first thing we ever saw anything related to ARK 2, and it is actually you can see it for like a few seconds right at the beginning, and it was cooling, and obviously it can camouflage and everything, and it hasn't been talked about for a while. So I always like to remind you guys that this is in the first ever trailer. You cannot forget about the chameleon. And then we had, I think this is the last one to finish it off, we have the Pteranodons. Now this and I feel like there looks like, I mean, unless it's just another Pteranodon, like towards the left, I'm sure that is. But yeah, so these got announced right again in the early trailer. And as you also be able to see in the background, I've made plenty of videos on this. That was where I first said that is definitely the Brachiosaurus in the background. I just thought there's no chance with, you know I couldn't say 100% without confirmation from Wildcard, but you know, when you've known dinosaurs a long time, I'm not saying I'm any expert whatsoever, but Brachiosaurus is one that takes me back to being young, and I just know a Brachiosaurus when I see a Brachiosaurus. So yeah, and it was cool to see it announced. So if we do a little recap there, guys, we have the Pteranodon, we have the chameleon, we have the Dodo, we have the new and improved raptors, or they could just be different raptors like everyone has been saying. Then we have the Rex, we have the Ankylosaurus, We have the Brachiosaurus, we have the Stegosaurus, and we have the Carno with what looks like to be the raptor again shown in the photo or the concept art. So pretty cool. It's nice to update it, and especially when you've got a bunch of new dinos to add to these types of videos. I'm just excited for the roadmap. As soon as I get that roadmap in March, a video will be coming to you instantly. It will most likely be in a community crunch on a Friday. Can't wait to see what the future holds, and it just means that we're not going to be sitting around just not knowing what's going on, and I think that's why I'm so excited. Thank you for watching though, guys. I hope this has kept you up to date. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video very soon.